Looking out on the morning rain. Well, I used to feel so uninspired until the day I met you, Michael Lyons.
What?
Until the day I met you, life was so unkind. Why, your love was my peace of mind.
Is that right?
Yep. Your love is my peace of mind. Now, hey, you want me to start the show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Can you do like the music and that?
Yeah, I'll hit the music when you get started.
All right. What are we going to talk about today?
I thought we'd talk about David Bowie's art.
David Bowie's art? Like his paintings and that?
Yep.
Oh. What are we going to call the show?
David Bowie's two-dimensional art.
David Bowie's two-dimensional art. All right. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. How's the level, darling?
Levels are good.
All right. You want to count me in?
Oh, yeah. In 3, 2.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Rockstar Cartoonist by Michael Lyons. The live stream podcast about rock stars and cartoonists. And about this rock star cartoonist right here, huh?
Yep.
Today we're going to talk about David Bowie. And David, if you're watching in heaven, give us a call, will you? We'll put you on live on the air. Otherwise, yeah, if you'd like to support the show, don't be shy. Click in the links in the description. You can support us on Patreon or PayPal. And you can also support us on, what's that called? GoFundMe.
Yep.
And the Rockstar Cartoonist has books for sale at Amazon.com. Well, all right then. Now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, won't you? Won't you, darling? And please welcome Michael Lyons.
Thank you so much, Emily. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Rockstar Cartoonist, the live stream show about rock stars and cartoonists. Wally Bear, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. MJ, welcome to the show. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about David Bowie, about Bowie as an artist. Yesterday, I did a live stream show talking about Bowie, but I got blocked because I played the one of his videos and I got a copyright strike. Apparently, you can't just play YouTube videos. I don't know how they do it. I watch lots of YouTube videos where a guy talks about another music video, but they blocked my show. So today I'm going to discuss what we discussed yesterday and nobody got to see. Dan the Waterman, how you doing? Welcome to the show. So David Bowie. David Bowie is my favorite artist. Not just musically, but also, well, certainly musically. I like Bowie's paintings. I'm not a huge fan of his paintings. But let's take a look at one of Bowie's paintings. This is called something like Boy at the Bottom of the Steps or whatever. And I think Bowie is largely influenced by painters around the time of Pablo Picasso. I'm not sure what you call it. It's kind of surreal, sort of sloppy. I like it. I don't love it like I love Michelangelo. Here's a painting Bowie did of Iggy Pop, actually. And again, the same kind of style, all blue. He has painted Iggy a lot. Um, and I don't know if it's because they lived together in Berlin back in the 70s when Bowie was doing a lot of painting and he just happened to be a person that he knew, like he was just a model for him or something. But here's a self-portrait sketch that Bowie did of himself. I think this is kind of cool. All right. He's kind of doing the pose from his album Low. Bowie fans might remember. But this is just from his sketchbook. There's Bowie 78. Okay, this is a sketch he did of himself in 1978. Oh, it's a print. There's 38 of these out of 500. That's the 38th. But in any case, it looks like he did use a little charcoal. It's kind of cool. But the thing about Bowie that I discussed yesterday, why I think he's such a great artist, is that David Bowie right away is like a genius. Really great artists are good at everything. Bowie, on his first album, Bowie had, and he was only like 19 or 20 years old, he had already mastered not only the guitar and singing and harmony singing, but he could also play the piano, the saxophone, and the harmonica. And he was just a great lyricist, a poet, and all that stuff. But a lot of people kind of misunderstand what was great about Bowie's two-dimensional art. So two-dimensional art, I'm counting as, paintings, but also videos. Yesterday, I played the video for Bowie's Strangers When We Meet, and I can't share it today because I'll get a copyright strike and they'll ban this live stream. But what I love about Bowie's two-dimensional art, and I would count his videos as two-dimensional art, isn't so much, he's got a good eye. These are just momentary second shots, just a second in the video, and each frame is like its own, the composition, if they were paintings or whatever, just gorgeous. But what I also love about David Bowie is that his real skill as an artist is that as an actor, people have always said, oh yeah, David Bowie has all these different characters from Ziggy Stardust and this Thin White Duke and blah, blah, blah. But Bowie actually had a different character for every song he sang. Bowie's type of art, and the way he sang, was to create a character that would sing the song for him or embody the song. And in the music video Strangers When We Meet, Bowie plays a puppeteer. Here, let's check out this one frame. A puppeteer who creates kind of a Raggedy Ann doll that comes to life. And it's a beautiful story about, the character he's playing is the artist who creates characters. And in this particular video, he's tortured because he falls in love with one of his creations, like Frankenstein and like the Bride of Frankenstein, or Victor Frankenstein and his great creatures or whatever. And it is such a beautiful song, such a gorgeous video. When you approach it, kind of understanding what the story was behind it. It's also shot like an old silent film. It's really great, so I'd encourage you guys to watch it. My Mukwa, MJ says, I'm driving, then pulling over, then driving again. So please understand if I'm a bit late with my comebacks for your insults, Wally. Oh, are Wally and MJ at it again? Wally, you leave MJ alone. Bully. So that's Bowie. Um, Here's a song I'd like to share before we go any further that I recorded, and it's a song about Emily. This is Emily.
Emily's got one crazy eye. She looks to the west and she looks to the sky. Don't ask how she sees. When she looks, she's watching you and me. And Emily knows something about blow. Dizzy white snow finds its way up her nose. And don't ask how she feels. Mice and men are her only meals. But I can only say that I've seen better days, and this is my mistake, and I'll get only what I take. You are so messed up, I don't know why I even tried. This is the best I could do with what I had and all I knew, and we will fight all night. I don't see how we got here now. And this is all I have, and now it's all I have to give. But I can only say that I've seen better days. This is my mistake, and I'll get only what I take. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow.
And that was Emily by Michael Lyons. So yeah, Bowie. David Bowie, my favorite artist, my greatest inspiration. Oh, I have a cartoon of Bowie. Let me share that with you. Depending on how old you are, some people, I became a Bowie fan when I was very young, and I'm very old. So I became aware of Bowie when he was Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. But for a lot of people, what do I do with it now? For a lot of people, their first, and for a lot of women I've noticed, their first introduction to Bowie was the movie Labyrinth. Now, I did a cartoon, and I know it's here somewhere. Oh, okay, here we go. So in 1986, maybe, David Bowie, one of his greatest roles, he played Jareth, the Goblin King, in a Jim Henson movie. Jim Henson, as you guys probably know, is the guy who created Sesame Street. He's a puppeteer. And together they made I think it's right after this, a movie that was, except for David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly, it was an entire Muppet movie. I mean, the Muppets weren't in it, but it was David Bowie and David Bowie music, and he played the villain. And so I drew this cartoon of him, and he's saying, "Stop, look what I'm offering you, your dreams. I ask for so little, just love me, or just fear me, love me. Do as I ask, and I shall be your slave." And I've always loved this movie. Any chance I get with like my nieces and stuff, I've introduced this movie to so many kids. Let's see, okay. So, Bowie, what's up with his art? Bowie, there is a connection. I stumbled across a discussion on, okay, if you guys are familiar with the show, you'll also know I'm a huge Kiss fan. My second favorite artist and influence in my life was Paul Stanley. Now, Paul Stanley, the Star Child, has a black star on his eye. David Bowie's last album was called Black Star. The king of rock and roll himself had an album called Black Star. What is up with Black Star? What is the Black Star? Well, turns out, remember how like I mean, of course everyone knows this, but you know the mythology behind rock stars. I don't need this. The mythology behind rock stars selling their soul to the devil. And a lot of people say that a lot of celebrities, rock stars and movie stars, you know, people think they're joking, but they claim to be, you know, they follow Satan, that they sold their soul to the devil, and that's how they became rock stars. Bob Dylan, in an interview on 60 Minutes, admitted that he sold his soul to the devil, and the devil is what gave him the songs and made him a rock star. Well, in Christianity, the idea is that the original fallen angel was Satan. And when Satan came to earth, 1/3 of all the other angels followed him. And so a lot of rock stars claim to like embody these angels. I mean, they're humans, but they embody angels. They're fallen angels, and you know they follow Satan. They worship, their Lord is Satan. Well, that leaves 2/3 of the angels who are loyal to God. Now, a black star is a star that you can't see. Oh, also stars. In Ojibwe culture, they say the stars are the ancestors. There's a lot of mythologies that say the stars are angels looking out down on us. I think that angels are real. I think God is real, and I think Satan is real. I think the idea of selling your soul to the devil is real. But I think there are a lot of fallen angels who aren't evil. And you'll know they're angels because they'll be exceptional singers, artists, whatever they're good at. They really are the best at it. Elvis Presley, for everything else, how they've tried to destroy his image, I think he was a fallen angel, but I think he was one of the good angels. Except for his like excesses of food and drugs, and just his lifestyle that fame ultimately caught up with him young and killed him. Elvis wasn't. He never had any scandals, really. I mean, there was tons of talk about him, and his death was a scandal. But as a person, there was no story. He seemed actually to be good, genuinely. He loved his mother. He didn't have a big ego. I think these guys were angels, and they know they're angels, or maybe they don't even know it. Paul Stanley, that's the other one. Now, every Kiss fan knows the idea of Kiss, that it means knights in Satan's service or kings in Satan's service. And I do think that Gene Simmons probably sold his soul. I mean, his character is the demon, essentially Satan, But Paul is the star child. He's a black star. He's an angel that people don't recognize as being one of the real angels. The black stars, I think, are one of the 2/3 good angels who are walking amongst us. As is David Bowie, and I think Bowie was trying to tell us that in his last album. His last character he ever played, in his last two-dimensional artwork, was his video for Black Star. And in it, he plays a preacher, and there's a witch's coven that is doing satanic stuff. But he is actually a good preacher. He's holding what is essentially the Bible, but it's got a black star on it. He's telling us that he's a black star. He's one of the fallen angels who didn't follow Lucifer. He is loyal to God. Behind the whole story of David Bowie, from Ziggy Stardust being like an alien who came to Earth. He was in the movie The Man Who Fell to Earth, which is about an alien. I think aliens are angels. Perhaps the ugly gray ones. I mean, I think they're cute, but let me see if I have a cartoon of that. It's under what's called, here we go. I don't believe in outer space, so I don't think aliens, I believe in gray aliens, but I don't think they're from other planets. Here we go. This is Steven. This is a cartoon, a self-portrait of mine. So everybody, notice he's in a spaceship, and he's looking at the ball Earth. I don't believe the Earth is a ball. I don't believe in outer space. But he's an artist, and he's drawing me. What if these gray aliens are actually angels? And the evil ones are the ones, people who are getting abducted and the terrifying experiences. They probably follow Satan. maybe the fallen angels who are good and inspire us are, the rock stars who are truly great. I don't know. So those are just some of my thoughts on Bowie's two-dimensional art. Michael the Archangel, he defeated Lucifer and cast him out of heaven. Actually, that's close. Michael is known as the Archangel because he has a special status among all the angels. In the end times and Revelations, Michael fights and defeats Satan here on earth before the coming of the four horsemen and Jesus and the end times. So yeah, I have a theory, and I hate to say it about myself, but I've never met a Michael who I didn't like. I sometimes wonder, and Michelangelo, by the way, Angelo in English means the angel. I think Michelangelo was a full-on angel in human form, and that's why he was such a superior artist. Michael Jackson, they tried to destroy him, scandalize him, but there's never any proof that he ever did anything evil. Just because he had children in his house and a Ferris wheel and stuff doesn't mean he ever did anything awful. There was no proof of that. Michael Jackson could have been an angel in human form. Michael Landon. No, I don't know. But, so anyway, those are some of my thoughts. Thank you so much. Until next time. Actually, do you want to send us out?
Send us out like end the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember that time that guy? What was that guy's name? He was that old conservative, grumpy guy, and he was all like, "To end the show, there's no words there. There's no words."
Oh yeah. What was that guy's name?
He was like fair and balanced. I forget. He was a famous guy. He was all like, "There's no words. Just forget it. The darn thing sucks. I'll write it." Anyway, hey y'all, thank you so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of both of our hearts. Thank you so much for watching Rockstar Cartoonist by Michael Lyons, the live stream podcast about rock stars and cartoonists. If you'd like to support the show, click the links in the description. We got Patreon, PayPal, and a GoFundMe site. And Michael Lyons, this little darling, he's got some books, coloring books, comic books, Ojibwe language books. I mean, all kinds of books. They're all available at Amazon.com. All right, then. I guess that's it. We'll see ya. Y'all come back now, you hear? All right. Huh?
Yeah, that was perfect.
All right, then. What'd y'all do with my coffee? I can't find my coffee.
I think it's in the other room.
Okay.